Oh hi. Inverness, the seaport located on the coast of the North Sea in the north of Scotland, the administrative centre of the district of Highland. The population -63780 people. 2016. Inverness is located in the northeast of Scotland in the mouth of the Ness River flowing into the Gulf Moray Firth. From Inverness to Tersa and Wick the road crossing the Caillough-Says-Elend River and conducts. Through her there passes the viaduct Shin. In the 6th century the territory where nowadays there is Inverness, tribes of Picts inhabited. It is known that in several kilometers to the west from the modern city there was a citadel of the Picts King Bride who was visited about 565 by Street. Columbus's monk, the preacher of Christianity in Scotland. It is considered that the first lock of Inverness, which was wooden fortress, was constructed about 1057 under the decree of the King Malcolm III, and subsequently it is destroyed by the King Robert Bruce. Shakespeare in the play Macbeth described the lock as the residence of the King Macbeth, and the place of death of Duncan of Idet, however, doesn't correspond to real events. In 1214 the King Wilhelm Lev granted Inverness 4 charters, one of which granted in the status of the royal city. In those days Inverness was rather prospering port which residents were engaged generally in fishery. In 1233 in the city the Dominican monastery was founded, and in the middle of the 13th century through the Ness River the bridge was thrown. In the 15th century Inverness endured 2 devastating attacks. In 1411, shortly before fight at Harlow, it was strongly damaged by the fire started under the decree of Donald MacDonald, Lord Ostravav. Then, in 1428, plundered him and partially Alexander MacDonald, Lord Ostravav destroyed. In 1562 according to the order of George Gordon, the 4th Count Huntley, an eminent political figure of those years, to the Queen Maria Stuart it was denied access to the Loch of Inverness. By then it was newly built up from a stone. Open disobedience of the Count led to the fact that the Queen's supporters from clans Fraser and Monroe took the loch, hung up his commandant, and Huntley was accused of treason. In 1644, instead of the fallen wooden bridge through Ness, the bridge was built of a stone which existed up to 1849, not destroyed during a high water yet. In the middle of the 17th century, at the time of Oliver Cromwell's protectorate on the outskirts of the city, the citadel, which in 1662 was almost completely sorted on stones for construction of hospital, was on his order built. Only clock tower remained. On April 16, 1746 near Inverness there was a fight at Caledena. In this battle the Scottish militia of Carl Edward Stuart, so called the young applicant, it was broken by British under leadership of the Duke Cumberlandski. Throughout the 18th century Inverness remained rather prospering seaport. The brewing industry and production of whisky were the most important branches of economy, and in the 19th century development was gained by shipbuilding, tanning of skin, sheep breeding and export of wool. 1882 was marked by discovery of Caledonian Canal which connected Inverness with the western coast of Scotland. In 1855 in the city railway communication appeared. On September 7, 1921 in Inverness the special session of the Cabinet of Great Britain, the only thing in the history which passed outside London, took place, when the Prime Minister David Lloyd George, at the time staying on vacation in the north of Scotland, initiated a meeting of the government to discuss the critical situation connected with fight for independence in Ireland. In the 20th century the city rather actively developed. In a century his population grew more than twice, having made more than 5,000 people by the beginning of the 21st century. In 2000 Inverness officially received the status of the city. Trains to Perth, Edinburgh, Glasgow, London, Aberdeen, Tesso, Wick and Pickaxes of Locolshire depart from the only railway station of Inverness. Orientation. In 1999 in Inverness there took place the Summer Sports Orientation World Cup. In the city the football club Inverness Caledonian Thistle from the Scottish Premiership is based. In popular culture, it is mentioned in the song Quest Lords of Inverness, Ride to the Galactic Fortress of power metal band Gloryhammer. Is the scene of action of events of books of Chuzastrank, novel and series Chuzastranka, TV series. It is mentioned as the house of parents of Lily, the heroine of a computer game in a genre of the visual novel Katawa Shujo. Personnel: Karen Gillan, 1987. The Scottish actress Dr. To is most known for Amy Pond's role in a TV series. Twin Cities: Germany Augsburg, Germany. United States of America Inverness. France La Bolispublic. France Saint Valery and 2. Also far. Write comments. Read comments. Interesting people will tell interesting stories. All of good mood and good luck.